What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of What Would Vinny Do? It's 2022, and a lot of things are going on. So, where do we start? So, I wanted to touch on actually persistence today and having the right mindset and just believing you're going to accomplish stuff. When I started this podcast, that's kind of what it was about. It was about people going after their dreams at all costs, two jobs, doing whatever they had to do, working nights, working on the weekends. And now that I've kind of been doing it for a while, and I've kind of been around successful people, and the one thing I've kind of noticed is that there's a trait that a lot of successful people are willing to take risks where other people not too much. So, and I'm going to give you perfect examples of it. I have a friend growing up, and he doesn't want to be named, and I wanted to try to get him on the show because I think he's exactly what this show is about. Just hustling and as like a regular, like middle class. Grew up in the neighborhood we all grew up in the Bronx. A lot of people grew up in the Bronx. I talk about it how getting a job with benefits was like the big thing. Like you become a mailman. It's like you went to Harvard, in your parents' eyes anyway. In the old school parents. So a lot of my friends and growing up, you had the Con Edison and the phone company and the mailman and the fireman and the policeman and the blue collar stuff, which I love. Listen, but if you wanted to chase your dreams, and you had to do that while you were doing the other thing, and that's kind of how the whole show came to be. And not everybody, obviously. You have people who just chase their dream and they go after their dream, and they're not doing another job at the same time. But this is kind of about the mindset that people have. And so, as I said, a good friend of mine and cut of that cloth, and he's like, he starts to talk to me about an endeavor, about opening up a laundromat in Yonkers, and I'm intrigued, and I'm like, sounds good. And as he's telling me, I'm excited for him. It's a business that he's gonna take on. He's got a regular job, and now this is gonna be his thing. So I'm excited for him, and I'm talking to other people, other friends and family members, and most of the reactions are, he's crazy. What does he know about opening a laundromat? It's not going to get off the ground, and just a lot of negative stuff. And honestly, I would say about 99% of the feedback was that. And me, the funny part is, I know my friend, and I know his makeup, and in my mind, I know he's going to be successful at it. I'm almost the other way, like so confident that I'm like, there's no way he's gonna fail. So, but this is the point, and there's a book about this. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it's that's what it's about. The premise is a kid has two parents, one biological, one's a step parent, and when he goes to them with different things as he's growing up, the mindset of the parent instilled in you. It gets instilled in you. So if you have someone you look up to, whether it's your father, whether it's, in this case, it's friends, right? And a lot of times people who care about you will kind of not support you and hold you back. When you know how many times I've heard this, and I talk about the Jay-Z story when he talks about how his uncle told him he'll never sell 10 million records. And he loved his uncle. He's like, this is my uncle who cares about me. And he told me I'm never going to sell 10 million records. He's like, I did it twice. And he's telling me his fears, and that always resonated with me, that people are going to tell you things that it's their limited beliefs that they're going to try to instill in you. When I started in real estate, many people told me it was a bad time. It was in early 2007s, and people were like, the market just crashed. Like, you're crazy getting into it now. And it ended up working out. And just like my friend, it ended up working. He didn't know anything about laundromats, but what he did know was how to be persistent and how to keep going until you finish what you set out to do, and believe in yourself. And lo and behold, I don't know how long it took. I didn't talk to him through the whole process, but it definitely got up and running. I went to see him, and he was all happy, and a lot of people, and this was not, I'm not talking about 4 machines. I'm talking about a super laundromat with like 50 machines that, and he ended up selling it for a lot of money, and he did well. But the point of the story is he didn't know anything about a laundromat, and he was willing to take the risk to do it where most people wouldn't, and he believed that he would do it. And without that combination, it can never happen. If anything you do, like I talk about playing basketball a lot, and there was a time when I used to go on the court, and I really rarely thought I would ever lose to the people on the other side. And it happens, you lose games, but if you believe you're going to lose before the game starts, then it's over before it even starts. So that's kind of what I wanted to touch on, just seeing successful people and the mindset of they understand that they understand what they need to do. They're not going to be let naysayers hold them back, and they're going to be committed to the project and finish it. So just, this is for anybody. Like you got people that you're always going to have people that hold you back, but just believe in yourself and you could accomplish anything. And that's one thing, my job at KW, becoming a realtor, as I had another job, as I was dual career as a mailman, it kind of taught me that I could make a certain amount of money. I'm like, how can I do this? I'm like, I have a full-time job. How am I gonna make a substantial amount of money here while I'm doing this? And honestly, at the beginning, I didn't, because I didn't believe I could, because I listened to other people. And people were always telling me, when are you gonna retire? When are you gonna leave the post office? You're good at this, when are you gonna quit the post office? And again, these were people who I kind of admired in the real estate business, top producers, and they're telling me that I should quit. And looking back now, I'm so thankful that I didn't take that advice and I stuck it out, and I was able to finish. I did 27 years at the post office. I was able to retire, get benefits for my kids. I ended up going into sales in the post office once they found out. So it opened up a lot of doors for me, and because I stuck to the plan, and I just grinded it out, and nothing happens overnight. It was 27 years of doing two jobs, not 27 years of doing two jobs, but 27 years in the post office, about 20 in the real estate, about 15 where I got real serious and started to make real money at the same time as I was doing another job. So people out there that say they don't have time, or it's, you got to make, if you want something, if you have a purpose and you have the right mindset, you can definitely do it. And that goes for anything in life, not real estate, not just real estate, whatever. Like I told you, my friend opened a laundromat. He didn't know anything about laundromats. All I know is he got the machines in there, and people were in there washing their clothes, and he sold it for a lot of money because he believed in himself. And just like Rich Dad Poor Dad, you got to have people around you who believe in you, because you're going to get people who don't believe in you. And as you get older, you get wiser, and your circle starts to get smaller. And that's why it's important to keep the right people around you, and the people who don't believe in you. I'm not telling you never to talk to them, but you need to get those supportive people in your circle, and those are the kind of people you want to be around. People that are accomplishing things and believe in themselves, and then you'll be doing the same thing for yourself. So I'm a big believer of that. Rich Dad Poor Dad is a great book, and I'm actually gonna today, so whoever's listening, and if you understand what I'm talking about, and you want a copy of this book, if you've never read it, send me an email to vferrante@kw.com. Put your address, put Rich Dad Poor Dad, put What Would Vinny Do, and I'm gonna send you a copy of the book. And you got till January 19th, all right? Don't be waiting 2 years and then telling me you want a copy of the book, because you're not getting it. So it's 2022, January 19th, and you will get your copy of the book, but you got to read it. Don't make me send you a book and you're not going to read it. That's not cool. So what else did I want to talk about? So I as I said, 27 years in the post office. I was able to retire. I retired last year in August or right before August. And I retired on a Friday, started my new job on a Monday. So I retired for a weekend after 27 years. And I am now the team leader of Scarsdale Keller Williams. And I am very excited about the job. I've been doing it for 3 months and it's definitely amazing. The people are amazing, the staff's amazing, my broker owner is amazing, the agents. I'm learning, I'm teaching, and for me, this was a perfect second chapter to the story. So now, besides helping people with their real estate, which I'm still gonna do in the Bronx, in Country Club, in Pelham Bay, where I specialize, and I get a lot of gratification out of helping people become homeowners and to sell their homes and make a lot of money and be comfortable for the rest of their lives. I'm also now gonna get to help other agents to become successful and help them grow their business and help them help other people. So it's actually, it's where I wanna be. And I'm grateful that I'm here. Back on What Would Vinny Do? It's been a while. Like I said, I had a lot going on, but we're gonna be steady and we have great guests lined up. Speaking of which, this bottle of scotch was given to me by Catherine Narducci, so thank you, Narducci. We're gonna try it. It's looking pretty strong, I gotta tell you. I do Glenlivet, I do Makers. So this is called Noah's Mill. And it's looking like 114 proof. And it's looking dark. So we're gonna see how it is. Thank you, Kathy. And thank you for agreeing to be on the show. Kathy's gonna be one of our upcoming guests, which is gonna be amazing. Here we go. Definitely strong. It's smooth. I definitely gotta try making one of my old fashions with that. We're gonna have a lot of guests on. We're gonna have a lot of realtors on from both offices. We have the Bronx office, amazing office in the Bronx with some talented people running the show over there. And we got our office in Scarsdale, amazing agents. I'm gonna have agents on and we're gonna tell you some of their tricks to success. What else are we gonna have? We're gonna have vendors on. As always, we're gonna have people going after their dreams on What Would Vinny Do? And what else? I think that's about it. So yes, send us an email if you're watching. Get that free book. Don't miss out. We're gonna have a lot of giveaways this time. We're gonna have a lot of fun as always, and it's gonna be informative. It's gonna be motivating. Just be ready. Oh, shout out to my boy Jimmy Voigt doing his thing, sitting down talking truth, making a lot of content, and love to see you out there. Everybody else, be safe. COVID's running a little rampant right now, so stay safe, stay masked up. Happy New Year, and see you soon.